Sneak peek number 1 has dropped and Town Hall 18 is around the corner. This is the design for Town Hall 18. I think it looks pretty cool. It's got kind of a medieval theme going for it, but also got that kind of cosmic energy with the light shining through the cracks of the stone. Looks pretty neat. Let's dive in. So one big change, which I think is really exciting for Town Hall 18, is Town Hall 18 is no longer going to be a defense. The Town Hall itself is not going to have a weapon, and defense targeting troops will not target the Town Hall anymore. Instead, we're going to have something called Guardians, which we'll dive deeper into here shortly. But I think this is really cool because it's definitely going to change up the meta on offense. We could see things like Lalo coming back, we could see Queen Charge coming back, we could see things like Blizz, Super Archer Blimp, so lots of incredibly exciting things possibly around the corner. Now let's talk about the Guardians. So we're getting these new Guardians, and I think they're a pretty cool concept. We are going to start out with 2 Guardians, and you can choose between one, and of course you can't use one while it is upgrading, but I think they're pretty cool. They both do splash damage. They both target either ground or air troops, so you don't have to worry about those types of things. And let's take a look at these individually. So we got the Smasher and the Long Shot. The Long Shot is the ranged unit, and then the Smasher is going to be the tanky close range unit. So looking at the Long Shot, of course, it can hit a further distance. When the Long Shot dies, it does an explosion, and it's going to do 1,000 damage when it is destroyed. Now looking at the Smasher, so it's going to have to get close to the units, but it's got 12,000 HP, and this is just at level 1. We'll take a look at the final levels here in just a moment. But it does a lot of damage, and then when it dies, it doesn't explode, it drops a rage. So if it happens to die near any defenses, it's going to rage those defenses up. Looking at the final level stats for the Long Shot, it's going to have 11,000 HP, 450 DPS, and then the damage when destroyed doesn't change, neither does the explosion radius. But there we go, the final stats for that one. Let's take a look at the Smasher. And then the level 5 Smasher is going to have 16,000 HP, it's going to do 700 DPS, and then the damage increase for the rage that it drops also does not change. Taking a look at the Long Shot gameplay here, again, it does do splash damage, and look at the range. It can be pretty far out before it starts attacking these troops. Down go the balloons. Now it can attack this entire group of Valkyries that are coming in trying to take it down. Now they will take it down, and then when it dies, you see that explosion, finishes off the Valkyries, finishes off that last balloon. And now taking a look at the Smasher, again, it's going to have no problem targeting these air troops. The minions are barely going to be able to get any damage onto the Smasher. We got a bunch of giants coming in for the cannon. The Smasher going to be able to take those down very quickly. The cannon just barely able to stay alive. And now we'll send in some P.E.K.K.A.s to try to finish him off. But you'll see, we got a bunch of P.E.K.K.A.s here. And even at level 1, look how many shots it takes before the Smasher goes down. And there's the rage. And then the P.E.K.K.A.s one-tap the cannon and down it goes. I do think the Guardians are going to be a really cool and interesting addition to the game for the top level gameplay. I also think that the decision to take the weapon and the damage away from the Town Hall is also going to be a good decision to try and mix up the meta even more than what it is right now, because at the moment, the meta, I mean, it's been dominated by Root Riders for the last 2 years, let's just put it that way. It's been very stale, it's been very much the same. Then the RC change came in, that's about the only thing that's changed is the RC charge making an entrance, so fingers crossed that the meta is going to be much better at Town Hall 18. Next up, we're getting a new merged defense, so you're going to be able to merge 2 wizard towers into a super wizard tower. Now the range is going to be extended by 1 tile, so the super wizard tower can reach 1 tile further than a regular wizard tower, but then obviously it's got the change as you would expect from a super wizard, which the chains from the super wizard can hit up to 15 extra troops, which is a lot of troops for the 1 defense to be able to hit. So 16 troops for the Super Wizard Tower. We have a new permanent troop, which is actually going to be the troop from the Halloween event, the Meteor Golem. And Supercell did say that this Meteor Golem is going to be much stronger than the Halloween version that we had. Which obviously I think is a good thing, because the Halloween Meteor Golem kind of hit like a wet noodle. It wasn't very impressive, so I was a little unsure when they first said that the Meteor Golem is going to be coming back, but hopefully with beefed up stats, this is going to be a good addition to the Town Hall 18 meta. So we'll see how things go. We'll see if it's any good. And we got lots of new levels to talk about as well. Starting off here with the Hero Hall. The Hero Hall gets a new level because we're going to have new hero levels, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Of course, it's a given that we're going to have a new laboratory level because you got to level up your troops. We'll talk about troop levels in a little bit as well. And then the clan castle gets a new level. Now, it's not going to be higher troop capacity, but we're going to be able to take 4 spells in the clan castle at Town Hall 18, which is pretty cool. You will be able to donate 2 rage spells to the CC after this update goes live, which is pretty neat. The spell factory is going to be getting a new level, which means we're likely going to be getting a new spell. That's not going to be part of this sneak peek, but probably either tomorrow or Monday. And then the barracks, of course, is also going to be getting a new level here. We've got that fist coming out of the top of it. Looks pretty cool. Another given here is we're going to have new levels for the wall. I think the new wall levels look pretty good. They're pretty simple, and I think that's a good thing. The bomb tower is going to get a new level. The air defense is going to get a new level. It looks crazy with those blue and yellow stripes as well. The ricochet cannon is going to get a new level. The multi-archer tower, of course, will also get a new level. And then we've got the gear tower getting a new level as well. So there we go, some pretty cool looking new defense levels. The poison lizard's going to get 5 more levels, so going from level 10 to level 15. Some pretty good stat increases, which I think was much needed for the lizard. It's going to be a decent option. And then we got the resource buildings all getting new levels as well. The storages to match the town hall theme look pretty good. The dark elixir drill, gold mine, and the elixir pump, they look almost identical to the previous levels. The golden elixir storages are going to go up by 500,000 capacity each. The dark elixir storage is going to go up by 30,000 capacity. The gold mine and elixir pumps production rate will go up to by 560, get an extra 35,000 capacity. And then the dark elixir drill is going to get an extra 20 production per hour and an extra 400 capacity. And then keep in mind, all these collectors will get their supercharges as well, so it'll be a little bit more than that with supercharge. The mini bombs are getting a new level. The red air bombs are getting a new level. Now this one's really interesting. The skeleton trap is getting a new level, but we're not getting more skeletons. We're getting level 2 skeletons out of the trap. Now, I don't have any numbers or stats to have any idea what this means as far as like how much more damage or how much more HP these might have. But there we go. It's been a while since we've had a new skeleton trap level. And then we have the spring trap getting yet another level. I feel like I just did all of my spring traps up to level 12. Been upgrading them a lot. Now they're going to get one more level with another 100 damage. Now taking a look at troops getting a new levels. First up we have the giant. So the giant and then of course the super giant getting a new level here. With the new level of wall, it makes sense to get a new level for the wall breaker and the super wall breaker. The wizard and the super wizard are getting a new level, and look at the cloaks on this wizard. It looks so good. And we've got the P.E.K.K.A. getting a new level, and this is a pretty significant buff off of the level 12 P.E.K.K.A. stats, so maybe we'll see P.E.K.K.A.s being a bit more used in the meta. We'll have to wait and see, but this is a good buff for the P.E.K.K.A. The minion and the super minion will get a new level. The thrower is going to get a new level. We'll see if this makes it, good, but again, we'll have to wait and see on this one. The miner's going to get a new level, and this is another one where it's getting a pretty significant buff as far as HP and damage goes. If Queen Charge does come back to the meta, maybe we get to see some Queen Charge hybrid again. It's been a while since we've seen that in the meta. We've got the bowler and the super bowler getting a new level. The new bowler looks kind of cool, though. He looks kind of crazy with the new ball and all the new armor he's got on. The healer is getting a new level. It's going to have more HP, more healing, but the biggest boost for this new level of healer is going to be the 88 hero heal, which is a good step up. And it feels like they are trying to get queen charges back into the meta, which I really appreciate because we've been missing out on them queen charges. Next up, we've got the Thunder Chicken, and man, this one looks crazy with that black and blue. It looks super good. I'm excited for the Electro Dragon level, if nothing else, just for how good the design looks. And then finally for troops, we've got the new Dragon Rider level. Again, this is going to be a relatively significant buff, and they actually teased the new Dragon Rider level in one of the new sceneries that we had. It was on the edge of the new scenery. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. Now looking at heroes, the Queen's going to go up to 105. The Barbarian King also going up to 105. The Grand Warden going up to level 80. And then the Minion Prince going up to level 95. And then finally we've got the Royal Champion going up to level 55. Last but not least, we do have a few balance changes to mention. The first one is going to be that the Minion Prince is going to lose 1,000 HP, but it's only going to be on defense. So then finally, we do have some balance changes to mention. The first one going to be the Minion Prince is going to lose 1,000 HP, but it's only going to be a defensive nerf. So all of the Prince's equipment are going to give the Prince an additional 500 HP. So when you put any 2 equipments onto the Prince, it gives him back that 1000 HP, but this way they could take the 1000 away from the Prince on defense. Clans that are level 7 and up will be able to donate 4 spells. Also, there's a spell here that I'm not super familiar with. The Giant Arrow's getting an extra 50 damage, that way it can still one-shot supercharged air defenses at max level. There are a few other small things. The heal spell's going to last another 300 milliseconds and do an extra 2 healing per second. And then of course with every new Town Hall update, all of the previous upgrades for like Town Hall 17 and below, all those upgrades are going to be reduced on time and cost. That's going to be pretty much it for sneak peek number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will have sneak peeks number 2 for tomorrow. In the meantime, if you want to see more Clash of Clans content, I recommend checking out one of these videos right here.